Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video,
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important.
This is a long video, so I had to cut it at some point. I didn't want it to be too long, okay? But he went on to say that most of the students' parents are happy with him teaching their children, and he doesn't want to have kids of his own. And the students' parents are happy that he is in their lives because he's some form of a father figure to the students, okay? And so on and so forth. A long thing. But the long and short of it all is it was on a live stream and people were like, it's inappropriate, okay? And so he decided to put it on a bigger stage, which was TikTok, to get people's opinions. And that's why I'm bringing this to you. Now, what do you think about this whole thing? What do you think? Do you think it was inappropriate for him to have young women taking down his braids in class? Because obviously he's a teacher and he's older and he should know better. Do you know what I mean? So I get why people are concerned. And with everything that is going on in the world right now, yes, people are going to be concerned. I'm going to get into some of the responses to the video and I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more. But before I do that, I really want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And let's get into the opinions from other people and I'll come back and talk a little bit more. So let's get into that and don't forget to subscribe.
I too saw the video of that teacher having girls take down his hair, and I want to talk about how you all will upload a video and regret the consequences. Of course, we can talk about the actions later on in this video, and I will get into that. But I think that sometimes you all upload a video and then you're like, okay, I could be the main character for the internet real quick, get some follows, maybe start a discourse, and then the internet will move on. The internet never moves on. There will always be a section of the internet talking about the same thing. As to the actual what was happening in the video, I'm a former teacher of 5 years, and I have had colleagues that are men that request another teacher in the room when they are dealing with another female student because that's how much they love their job. Everyone is like, oh, you all are making it perverted. You're making it perverted. It's inappropriate. It is. You're twisting a video. No, we're watching with our own eyes. Servitude. That's the other factor, right? Because a lot of people are making it sexual. But what if he didn't have little girls do labor? And it makes me sound like a hating ass bitch, but I am one, so it's okay. I read a tweet, don't know how true it is, that his job is now in question, which should have been the first thing that came to his mind. But again, so many people are obsessed with views and clicks that y'all don't think of your own livelihood. Little girls do not need to be your servants. It's inappropriate for work. Male teachers are already looked at with such disdain. The actual male teachers that care do what I mentioned before of like having another person in the room and cover their asses because they care about their students, they care about their job versus views and clicks. And I'm not over exaggerating because his original video says he dropped it in the group chat and it was an issue and he wanted to bring it to the internet. So he knew what was going to happen. He knew it was going to start a conversation. Did he know he was going to cost him his job? We'll see.
As far as the teacher allowing the girls to take down his braids at the end of the class, I'm going to give y'all 3 quick thoughts on that. First and foremost, I'm a former educator. I taught 7th and 8th grade in Alabama and I taught 9th grade lit in Georgia for a number of years. Bottom line is wrong. I don't want to hear anything about culture. I don't want to hear anything about them being comfortable. I don't want to hear anything about that. And if y'all worked in high schools and y'all knew what was going on in high schools, y'all wouldn't feel that way either. It's inappropriate. There need to be boundaries here. And I don't care about him being a man. It's inappropriate if he's a man. It's inappropriate if he's a woman. It's inappropriate if he's white and he's black. Y'all keep bringing up these scenarios of, oh, my white teacher, my woman teacher, if it was a blah, 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 blah. It's inappropriate no matter what or who it is. 2, I don't know what's up with this new generation of teachers. Why do y'all put everything on TikTok? Why are y'all posting on TikTok? Y'all gonna fuck around and get y'all certification snatched just off of TikTok alone. And some of y'all need y'all certification snatched. But I've seen way too many young educators on this app just putting everything. Like, it is a way to be an educator and post on the internet, and half of y'all, if not most of y'all, are doing it wrong. Like, lastly, I saw somebody make a really good point on here, and I can attest to this. Teenagers, male or female, they suffer from limerence a lot, if you know what limerence means. So any little small act of anything could put in their head, it might be innocent to you, but it could put in their head that you're their man, you're their woman. That's why you as the adult in the situation have to put up boundaries, okay? Because teenagers can't think past a certain point. They talk about it like, and you might think they're playing. No, they're not playing. And now you've gotten yourself into a sticky situation. Put up the boundaries in the beginning. And I'm not trying to offend y'all, but y'all must not be certified educators. Y'all must be parapros or something. Because what education program did y'all come out of where they didn't go over all of this? Because I know at Alabama A&M University, baby, please. Katina Walton, baby, please. Like, we would never be doing this on the internet. Like, get off the internet and teach.
I don't think those children should have been taking out that teacher's hair. First of all, taking your hair out at work, crazy work. Even if it was volunteer work, there's no reason why students should be taking out your hair, honestly, truthfully. And I try it lightly when I say this, but as someone who's been to an all-black school, there were definitely times where the boundaries between friend and teacher were crossed. And this right here, this is definitely one of them. And I'm not saying it from a standpoint of, oh, what if these little girls like you, da 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 da. Even in college, last year, my teacher did not let us ask any personal questions, no relationship questions. He said, you can ask me anything. Don't ask if he has kids. Don't ask about who he's dating. None of that. I just want us to use our brains, because even if you sit here and say, oh, well, if it was a woman, would you care? Yes, I would still say the same thing. Where the fuck are the boundaries?
So the teacher who went viral because he was on live letting his female students, take out his braids is now under investigation. And one of the girls who was in the video, her older sister, said that all of the girls in the video had to write a statement. And yeah, he's under investigation, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get fired. I don't even think he's going to get fired because he was letting his students take out his braids. I think he's going to get fired because he acted completely unprofessionally. You were on the clock. You are a middle school teacher, so it's guaranteed that all of these students are minors. It's not like you're a senior high school teacher. You teach middle school, all of these students are minors, and you're on live, and you're putting their face on live, and you have on a shirt that has the school's full name on it. That is a risk. That is just such a safety risk. For one, these are not your children. You don't get to put them on live. 2, you have the whole name of the school. Imagine a perv watching that video, and now he knows the location. He knows where those little girls go to school. Imagine one of their parents was hiding from an abusive ex, and you got their face plastered on live, and now a viral video. It just was unprofessional before anything else. Now, I do not think that he acted with malice or ill intent. I don't think that, he was being inappropriate or it was sexual in nature. But I don't think he was being sexually inappropriate, but I think that he was acting inappropriate as a teacher because there are boundaries and you cross that boundary. I think a lot of teachers nowadays are just way too comfortable, and my brother, he's actually a teacher, and he brought up a good point. A lot of these teachers are just so wrapped up in the job that they're now starting to see their students as peers and not as students, children who are beneath them that should look up to them. They're not your friends. There's so many teachers now who have made platforms showing their minor students dancing with their kids in the classroom. It's just not professional. You just don't do that. You can make a lasting impression on students without crossing certain boundaries. My teacher from high school, to this day, she made a lasting impression on me, and we never hung out outside of school. We never had any private one-to-one meetings, anything. Just how she carried herself and how she cared about the classroom and how she looked out for everybody. So I don't know, this new age of teachers, they're just too comfortable. They're just too comfortable. And I know if my daddy saw me and I was in middle school, I think I was 11 in the 6th grade, so 11, 12, whatever, saw me on live playing in my teacher's head, it was gonna get ugly.
So I wanted to speak on this because I honestly don't see the whole controversy behind this, but I'm gonna get into it because I feel like people are really making a big deal out of fucking nothing. So we're all aware of the teacher that went viral for allowing his female students to take down his hair. Personally, I see no issue. He explained very well in the video how he stated that this was definitely something that they did when they had a little free time, and that he obviously did not do it before he got to school because he had a promotional video that he was being interviewed in. Personally, I feel like this is only an issue because the man is attractive. Had the man not been deemed attractive, I promise y'all this would not be a story. The whole time the girls are taking down his hair, he's not paying them no mind. Like, he's not looking at them sexually. His hands are in the front. Like, I really don't get, I don't get it. Then y'all got people saying like, oh, I would never let my daughter. But y'all let y'all daughters be around those uncles that touched her when she was 3. Y'all let y'all daughters be around that man who ain't no good, who beats on you. But y'all draw the line when a teacher is creating a safe space for a child. That's crazy. Then I'm pretty sure some of these girls volunteered. You know how many girls done volunteered to do men's hair, do they braids, because a lot of girls know how to braid and they always want to do their teacher hair. Like, come on now. Y'all so focused on why kids are undoing braids and all of this, but y'all not focused on the fact that these kids can't even read past the 5th grade level. These kids are struggling.
I get how that man letting them girls, touch his hair could be inappropriate, because a lot of times that do be a gateway for, bullshit to be happening amongst teachers and students. But it's like the simple fact that the man was being 100% transparent about it. And I mean, he laid it all out. He said it was at the end of class. He said the kids who were from other classrooms, they had to get a pass from their teacher to come in and do it with him. He tried to do everything right. The only thing I feel like is he actually documented it and showed it to everybody. And everybody's just gonna misinterpret and just talking about it's inappropriate. Baby, that's have y'all seen the other amount of nefarious shit that kids do? That's the least of your worries. He mean well, but at the same time, it's such a slippery slope, because you just can't trust anybody around your kids like that. Y'all bitches need to be teaching your damn kids anyway, and he wouldn't have to worry about if kids not learning in school doing hair. But that's all I gotta say.
I just saw a video of a teacher letting his students take out his braids. First of all, you're a teacher. You should not let young people touch you in any kind of way. And I'm like, why as a leader, You letting this happen. I know. You thinking about content. I'm thinking about kids. You thinking about content. I'm thinking about why. Content, you should not be worried about content when you're a teacher. You're supposed to be teaching, not content. Now, if that were my daughter, we would have a conversation. First of all, my daughter would be touching nobody's hair. She'd be like, I'm not touching your hair. But we would have a little conversation about letting this happen. I hope the board tells you to stop it. But I don't want him to lose his job. Let's stop trying to find content and things that we shouldn't have.
Yeah, you've heard it all. And I know some people thought it wasn't inappropriate and others think it is inappropriate. Okay. Now, as somebody who went to a boarding school in Ghana, West Africa, I saw a lot of things, okay? I saw students who helped out teachers and so on and so forth. Most of the time, it was because those students were entrusted into the care of those said teachers because their parents and those teachers had some form of relationship. And I can remember one occasion where we were told to fill the barrels at a teacher's house because there was water shortage and we were being naughty. Okay, we're being teenagers and so we're punished to draw some water and fill up some barrels in the teacher's house. And most of the times these things happen, most of the teachers have partners, like they have wives or husbands. But to go as far as sit down and tell students to come take down your braids, like I haven't seen it. So if you have seen it, let me know. But he's saying that if it was a female teacher, nobody will say anything. Yes, people will still have something to say. And to be honest, I don't know if I've seen or heard a story of a female teacher sitting down and asking students to take down their braids. Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to justify the whole thing, but you know deep down that you're wrong because you were older and you should have known better. That's all. You're just trying to justify the whole thing with the whole essay that you were giving about how your relationship with the children were and how you are a positive influence in their lives and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, you are a teacher and you should know boundaries, okay? You should know where you draw the lines. It is intimate, even if it's not sexual, because he had a problem with a lot of people saying that, you know, we all know, I don't want to go into that, right? He had a problem with that. But the truth of the matter is, you should draw a line when it comes to your relationships with young women. Yes, and usually when we post videos like this, it's almost like we're trying to shame and bashment. But a few weeks ago, I heard a story of a teacher who was a woman who got pregnant by one of her students. So it goes both ways and it does happen, okay? So while you are out there, you're teaching, you're doing whatever, know where to draw the line. They are not your best friends, they are your students. When he said best friends, it's like, I don't like that. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You know better, do better. All right. Because it's almost like you're making it like, oh, it's normal. Oh, it's okay. And that's where the problem starts. Okay. This is what people are talking about. I've said my peace of mind. I thought it was inappropriate. And I also think that you shouldn't be filming certain things and posting them on social media. That's all. But anyway, let me know your thought about all of this and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.